Alright folks, hey, it's Monday morning, getting the week started. I'm in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Got the Ream plant over here to the right. I've actually delivered there a time or two back when I was driving for Maverick. But anyway, we've got this load we're going to be delivering up here in a mile or so to the Gerdau plant. You know, I made a delivery here last week, so I think I know where I'm going to be dumping this. If you've seen that video, it's you know, they had about a 10 inches of standing water where you have to back into and dump. I'm kind of worried about my, you know, my waterproof boots that I usually wear when I'm working. I'm kind of worried that they might not be waterproof, because at one of those places, that tire chip place in Clarksville I was at last week, I ended up getting one of those little pieces of wire I was showing you that was on the ground, stuck in the bottom of one of my boots. And I'm just hoping it didn't stick all the way through to make my boot waterproof, or not waterproof. Anyway, we'll find out here in a minute. But this is Highway 45, same way I used to take in all the time when I was going to pick up loads up here at the Gerdau plant when I drove from Maverick. Here's the clinic here to the left where they would send you for drug tests. Anyway, it's about 7:40 on this Monday morning. I actually, you know, I went out to the Oakley, North Little Rock yard yesterday afternoon, you know, about 5 o'clock, and got all my stuff loaded in, you know, my food and all my things. And then I drove over just 3 or 4 miles to the Speedco, got my oil changed, you know, oil, filters, lube, and I was gonna have them do my APU service too, because I haven't had that done since I bought this truck. You know, oil change, filter change, but they didn't have the filters for it, so I'm gonna have to. They said they have a hard time getting the filters for them, but anyway, I guess I'm gonna order those online and then just go back sometime when I get an opportunity and have them do that. I want to do that before I start using the AC a lot, because you know, if you use in this truck, if you're using your bunk AC, the APU runs. It comes on automatically to run the AC. Here comes a Maverick truck right here, leaving out with a load of steel bars. Probably going to Jackson, Michigan, or someplace like that. Okay, so here's my entrance. Almost passed it by. There's no other trucks waiting to get in. That's good. So what I'll have to do is, before you get up on the scale here and then go check in with your paperwork, you have to take your tarps off, and they like you to have your PPE on, as this sign here to the right explains. So I'm going to do that. I'll try to show you some of the unload. Okay folks, got checked in, driving into the property here. Remember, we've got this, sometimes we pick up mill scale here. Woo, sorry about that sunshine there. But you got this building to the left for Phoenix services. That's where we pick up mill scale there occasionally. I got an Oakley truck coming out here He probably just unloaded either the same thing I'm carrying or possibly alloys. I have never delivered alloys here before, but I've heard of guys doing that. So I'm gonna let him, and then there's one of those big Gerdau trucks coming down through here, so I'm gonna let them come by and before I make the turn. He's got the same kind of trailer I've got. All right, let's get on back here. It's different for me still coming in this back way and delivering this raw material stuff, because you know, when I was flatbedding for Maverick, right across the road right across the street from here, you know, Maverick has a facility that handles all the shipping of the steel bars they make here at this plant all over the place. So I used to pick up freight here all the time. Oh boy, let's see, it's kind of rough through here. All right, got a lot of railroad tracks here to stop for. There's a big pile of scrap metal. But what I was going to say, when I was, I got my oil changed and all, I also had them do, you know, check on my truck tires. You know, they'll do that for like, I don't know, $5 or something. Pretty good deal. I had a drive tire that only had like 42 pounds of pressure. And it felt just like all the other tires. I mean, you couldn't tell it was low, just banging on it, you know. So I had to drive over to the tire bay and had them take the tire off. You know, it was one of the inner tires. And they took it off, you know, and checked it. Didn't find, you know, a nail or anything wrong with the tire. They thought maybe it was leaking out of because the valve stem didn't have a cover on it. They thought maybe, you know, it gets dirt and stuff in there. Maybe that was it. I really didn't find anything conclusive, so they put a valve stem cap on it and put it back on. They filled it up. But that took, you know, that all took an hour and a half, or a couple of hours maybe, longer than I was expecting. Because I was actually going to drive a little last night and get on down the road, but I ended up just camping out there. They had, you know, about 6 or 7 spots for parking, so I just camped out there and then left out about a little before 5 this morning. All right, the place we're dumping is right here in this little pond here to the right. So I'm gonna back up into there and hope my boots are still waterproof. Not the best place to be dumping, that's for sure. And I think where you dump alloys is straight ahead there somewhere. I'm really not sure. Like I said, I've never delivered alloys. So anyway, let me get backed up here. I'll try to show you some if I can. All right, guys, I'm trying to give you a shot of the trailer as it goes up. See the pond I'm dumping into? Isn't this ridiculous? All right. Nothing's really falling just yet. See that magnet loader back there behind us, dumping stuff into that big, whatever that is, pot. Traveling on the railroad track. Quite a piece of equipment. All right, we got stuff starting to fall out a little bit now. Should be easy to see. It's going to make a big splash. got that delivery in Fort Smith done, no problem. Easy, except for a big water puddle you had to back into. No other trucks came in. No problem at all. So I called Dispatcher Joey on the way out of there, and he's got me headed back to North Little Rock to pick up at All Tech Recycling a load of what they call Twitch. Y'all seen me pick up there several times before, and it delivers tomorrow in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So we'll be spending most of today on I-40. We're on I-40 heading east now. So, and I think after I get loaded there at All Tech Recycling, I'm going to drive back to the Oakley yard. You know, it's only, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles away, and park the truck and hop in my vehicle and zoom home real quick. I just got a notification that I've got a DVD series I had for sale on eBay. Somebody bought it, so I need to get it shipped. So I can run home and box that up, put the shipping label on it, drop it by the post office, and probably be back to the truck in under an hour. So that's the plan. We have some nice weather. It's been pretty cold down here the last 3 days. Got down below 30 the last 3 nights, I think. And it's 9:30 a.m. at this point. It's still just 38 degrees, so still pretty cool. At least the sun is shining. Good weather. As well, getting the week started. Going to be going east. The way I'll get to Bowling Green from North Little Rock is just 40 east over to Nashville, head north on 65, and that'll take you right into Bowling Green. I don't think I've delivered to this place before. I don't know, I hadn't even looked at the order to see where it is exactly, what the name of it is. He told me where I was getting the next load, and I just headed that direction. Alright, that's what's up for now. Okay folks, so we find ourselves here in North Little Rock again at All Tech Recycling. You've seen this before. My loader is about to come out of there with scoop number 2. He's already put 1 scoop in the back. This load is going to Bowling Green, Kentucky. This product is called Twitch. It's just little pieces of recycled metal as far as I can tell. So that's how it goes. You've seen this before. Basically, this place, as far as I can tell, they bring in loads of Zorba and they filter it down into different types of metal and sizes. That's just what it appears to me, because we bring stuff in and dump it over there, and then we pick up stuff over here. All right, so that's the 3rd dump for the rear. So that's how it goes. All right, more on down the road. All right, folks, we're arriving here at my customer, a place called Owl's Head Alloys in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I do not remember ever being here. Maybe it will look familiar once I get there. But it should be coming up here very soon. Let's see. I'm just looking for. Okay, I see what looks to be a. Okay, I think I picked up a load of aluminum ingots here one time, maybe 3 years ago from Maverick. Alright, so I can see the Owl's Head logo here, and there's a sign, Owl's Head Alloys. Looks like we have found it. I don't know how it works though, never delivered here for Oakley. Let's see. All scrap deliveries, please take instruction sheet from box below. There is no box below. Alright, well, looks like we'll get on the scale and try to check in and see what's next. Alright, more later. Okay, so I'm on the scale. They got a sign over here.
Alright, so you have that green light, you can pull down and park, and then come up here with your paperwork.
Alright, as you can hear there, they're on channel 28. She's got my scale weight, and then she's told me, she took my truck number, and then she told me to pull down here off the scale and then bring the paperwork into the office. So got quite a few trucks in line here, so I'm gonna kind of pull over here where I'm not totally blocking the parking lot. See if we can get checked in. Okay folks, so unloader in a big front end loader just came by, told me to follow him. So that's what we're doing. Get a shot there of some of the furnaces up ahead. Like I said, 2 or 3 years ago I picked up some aluminum ingots here when I was driving from Maverick. I remember it was the first load of ingots I ever hauled, and it was kind of problematic getting them secured. I got better at it though. That's kind of a tough load to secure if you've never done it before. So obviously we're getting to the raw materials area. All kinds of stuff back here. I called my dispatcher Joey a few minutes ago, and he's already sent me my next order, which is picking up just about 15 miles from here at Southern Recycling, a place I picked up a couple of months ago. Got a load of what they call bushlings that will go once again to the same place, the Lodge Manufacturing down in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. You know, you're probably familiar with that. They make those Lodge iron skillets, cookware.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing next.
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, so I gotta make this turn, and I'm sure he's gonna have the. Woo.
No, I'm still here waiting. I was waiting for you to holler at me. Big wait.
Alright, he wants me to just kind of angle up here and back into this pile.
I'll go on. I say it's too old.
And dump right there. So let me try to get that done. Alright guys, let me show you this real quick. Here's the product I just dumped out right in front of this other big pile. And I'm got my mud flaps back on. Already swept it out. A little bit of dust left. So I got to get my door shut, cart back on, and got to drive about 15 miles to get to my next load. It'll be a load of scrap metal too, so all right, more later. All right folks, I am unloaded, got my tarp back on, door shut, everything's good, ready to go. The guy in the front end loader told me just to drive around this building, and this should take me right back out to the exit scale, which is different than the inbound scale. In fact, I can tell they had done some rebuilding on the exit scale from the first time I was here a few years ago. But you can see all these aluminum ingots here to the right. A lot of them, even over to the distance. They get shipped out typically on flatbeds. So it's about 11 minutes till 9. My paperwork said I was, you know, you have to have a delivery appointment on your paperwork for this place. And mine did, luckily, fortunately. And it said, you know, it's for 9 a.m. delivery. I got here a little after 8 a.m. So that whole thing, from the time I pulled in and waited about 15 minutes in the lot to now, was probably 35 minutes. That's one of the things I like about this Oakley gig, is I spend a lot less time loading, unloading, unsecuring, securing. Yeah, probably saves me 10 or 15 hours a week.
Looky there, old booger decided to work today.
Let me turn that down.
Is the radio off, what, Brian?
Yeah, so right over here to the right is where I got loaded with those aluminum ingots when I picked up here before. Anyway, here's the exit scale.
A little bit, buddy. You can't be...
We're gonna hop on here, and then she said once she gets my empty weight, I'm supposed to pull off the scale and then back in towards the scale house, and then go back in with my paperwork. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Let me holler at her on the radio. How about your scale house? Oh well, she's not answering, so hang on.